Yo, what's going on, fellas? Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear in the chat. It's your boy Cov, Commissioner Cov of the PBA, and we are here, man. Actually, guys, this one's gonna be a quicker podcast than I planned for, because I just want to come back strong tomorrow with a better one. I'm still behind on some graphics. Y'all know how I am about those details, and I got some fire graphics that I'm cooking up, so I'll let tomorrow be a bigger podcast, and that's when we'll do official National Signing Day. But I will reveal 2 signings tonight. However, I won't have a graphic for it, but I'll tell you verbally. I will reveal 2 commitments, 2 signings tonight before we get off of here. Right now, I just want to touch bases on all Discord things, of course, and I'm going to drop the top 25 for seniors, juniors, freshmen, and sophomore to end off high school season 1. I know you guys been waiting a long time for me to drop these updated rankings to close out the season so that y'all know where y'all finished out. All players involved, that is. Let me see. And then so we'll definitely be tapped into that. And then tomorrow, like I said, will be strictly signing day, where we have all of our graphics up. We have all of our official signings from 5 stars to 4 to 3-star recruits. But tonight is all about top 25 reveals, senior, junior, sophomore, and freshman class. Appreciate y'all in the building, 19 strong. Appreciate y'all for coming through tonight. I know it's a late nighter, so I'm not going to hold y'all for too long. But yes, sir, it's time to finally reveal those top 25. It's been a minute. We haven't revealed a top 25 since, I want to go look on the Instagram and see exactly how long it's been since we've revealed a top 25 ranking. And I should have had the old rankings up here too, or our last rankings. So yeah, our last time doing this was October 13th of last year. Appreciate the love, Prof. Appreciate that. Noah Roberts in the building. Nick James, what's going on, man? Kai Harris in the building. Definitely say your name when you come in until I get familiar with the usernames. Appreciate y'all. And y'all got to do check-ins anyway, so you got to kind of put your name there. Khalil in the building. Jamal Ballard. Manu. King Anthony, what's going on, brother? Ryan Hill in the building. Appreciate y'all boys for being here, man. But of course, so last time, of course, we did October 13th was the last time we did our top 25s. But it's time to go ahead. After we've seen a lot of basketball, we've finally seen the end of the season. It's time to get these new official rankings out. This will be big going into next season. And then, of course, we'll have the new freshman rankings coming in. The great thing about this is, before we just kind of went in off of what you guys were coming with, off the cloud, off the graphics, off of what we thought your guys would be looking like. But now we get a chance to see guys in the AAU before the season starts. So now those freshman rankings are going to be super true to form headed into the regular season. And then, of course, same thing for sophomores, juniors, and seniors. The rankings could change quite a bit going into the actual season based off your AAU play. That's what AAU is for. Is always good for building up that rep, building up your rank, and or it could hurt you. So I do have a list. Once I drop these, I'll drop the link for the official top players in the nation, seniors, juniors, sophomores, and freshmen, even the ones that are outside of this top 25. So right, we're focusing on the top 25 right now. However, there are more players in each class that you'll be able to do a deep dive and see the complete list and the stars that they finished with. So 4-star, 3-star, or 5-star. So you'll definitely get a chance to see that too. What's going on, Tobio Romero, Tristan White in the building, Samad Sims. I love seeing all the trophies, man. Shout out to my boy Prof for making that happen, man. But of course, let's get into these top 25 rankings, guys. Like I said, updated and new. Shout out to Dream Academy, still gracing that cover. That got the cover of the sports, the PBA sports cover, our magazine, and we're gonna try to keep up with even for next season. Gonna get more issues out there. So last time out, since I don't have the graphic up here, I'll just kind of tell you guys, we're going to start off with the seniors. So here is our official top 25 seniors closing out high school season 1, and Jeff Harrison from Dream Academy is going in as the #1 player in the nation. And this is a heavy list right here, tough list. You're going to see all these guys in college. All these guys are going to be signing and committing tomorrow in our commitment day. So be alert, be on the alert to watch for these guys, see where they all go. But this is the top 25, and Jeff Harrison of Dream Academy has officially taken that #1 spot. What's going on with you, Neon? So remember last time it was Ben Lowry at the top spot, Matt Stapleton at 2, Duncan Moore at 3, and Jeff Harrison at 4. So Jeff Harrison's moved up to 1 since then. Darren Cole has made the jump as well. He's jumped from 23 to 2. So that's a hell of a jump. Matt Stapleton fell from 2 to 3. Give a full breakdown here tonight. Jeff Harrison's moved from 4 to 1. Then you have Charlie Gray moved up to 4 from 12. Charlie Rivers moved up to, or actually Ellis Wagner, remember he reclassed, he was actually a junior. So we would have to go see, he was the #4 junior in the nation, and he moved up to a class, and he's gonna sit at #5 for the seniors. Charlie Rivers was down at, let's see where he was on this list. Charlie Rivers, why is he so far? Where is Charlie? Yeah, I'm not sure why Charlie is not. That must have been a typo. Oh, here he is. Whoa, yeah, he was down at 21. That boy made a crazy jump to 6. He just showed crazy athleticism, especially in that back half of the season. It was just undeniable. And then of course Ben Lowry falling from 1 to 7. The young guys started to step it up, Johnny Holiday and those guys, and he just wasn't as much of a threat there at that point guard position towards the end of the season, but he's still up there though. So falling from the #1 player as a 5'11" point guard and still remain at the top 7 is pretty good still for Ben Lowry. Duncan Moore falling from 3 to 8. Jason Cunningham, he actually went, I know he went up because he started off a bit sluggish, but then he started picking up crazy. Oh, he actually reclassed, that's what it is. He reclassed. Jason Cunningham was actually down in the junior class. He was ranked #11 in the junior class, and now he's ranked #9 in that senior class. Exactly. Definitely congrats to these top 25. So you see Jason Cunningham moving up a little bit, actually stepping into the higher class. Tyree Cambridge, definitely a top pick here in my eyes, one of the better players. He's another reclass that came from being the #2 junior. So he was the #2 junior and he fell to #10 in the senior class. Just a little bit more guards here, tougher guards, but he's still top 10 in the senior class. But man, definitely a sleeper right here. Definitely a sleeper right here. You gotta watch out for this kid. Actually, him and Zane Livingston, and Ellis Wagner were top 4 juniors, all reclassing to this class. So that's gonna be tough to see. Sean Nelson for Empire State coming in at #11. Clay Porter at 12. Sean Nelson was at #13, so he moved up just 2. Clay Porter was at 8, fell down to 12. Zane Livingston, again, one of those guys that reclassed. He was a #3 junior in the nation. He's now the #13th player in the nation. Patrick Woods coming in here, fell down from 6 to 14, but still a heavy jump from where he was originally, down, way down. I think when we were doing like top 50, top 75, I think, for seniors. You got Adam Cooper coming in at 15, newer name on that list. Adam Blaylock at 16, Macatak Shepard at 17, Dwayne Turner 18, Trey Reed at 19, Hayden Washington, Mo McDaniel, Adrian Jefferson, Leo Clark, Robert Hackett, and Joe Parrish, rounding out that top 25 group for the seniors. So much of the same players, just all moved around. Solomon Moore didn't make the cut. Jelani Evans not making the cut. Grant Meyer not making the cut. Lorenzo Bender, Daniel Mills, Jared Tucker. So Avery Kent, a lot of guys. Ronnie Graham, so many guys pushed back on this list now for this new 25, and this is a well-respected 25 right here. I feel confident and strong about this 25. If you watch these games all last season, you will see that these 25 seniors had a huge impact on their ball clubs. So let's go ahead and move on to the top juniors in the nation. Just came off the top seniors. The best of the best all headed off to college. Tomorrow we will see where they sign to, so be sure to check into that, guys. I'll be up all night doing graphics, so hit me up in the Discord if you have any questions. Colleges, get your last few pitches in because it's going down. Here's our juniors for high school season 1, top 25. Yeah, KJ, what's going on? Yeah, freshmen are going to be last. What up, Ace? Here's our juniors. Jason Ewing, stand true to that #1 spot, as he was the #1 junior in the nation all season long. He's held that title for Rover Academy. #2, Shakur Brown, jumping from 5 to 2, so that's a big time move, and he's looking to have a big time year for Swamp Creek Academy in his senior season. He's looking to come in, start for that power forward position. Of course, we got the young Noah Roberts looking to come in for that spot, but he's going to have to outdo Shakur Brown, who's, as you can see, coming in as highly ranked. He's going into his senior year as a #2 junior in the class, finishing off the junior season. So Shakur Brown looking to have a big year for the Pythons next season. And then, of course, you got Noah Meyer taking a big leap as well for Cal Springs. Here, he jumped from 16 to 3. Marcus Langston, I told you that power forward that was playing next to Quan O'Neal. They had a really nice duo down in that front court, but he also jumps up the list here to 4 from being unranked. Cedric Hunt at 5 now. He actually went up from 6. Then you got Nelson Gribbs with a huge leap. I know this is a guy that the Florida coach, really big on this kid here, as he reclassed, actually came up to the junior class, and now he's going to be able to become a senior next season. So he cracked that 6. Champ Lowry from Cal Springs Prep. As you can see, Cal Springs might be forming up a nice little senior duo there, especially that small forward center position. They might have a few pieces here coming up after losing Darren Cole, #2 player in the nation right there, the point guard. Jelani Evans coming in at #8 for Rover, so he's going to be a big time player this season. Kason Ward at St. Fabian Prep, #9. Isaac Schiff from Central Tech. Marcel Kennedy from Rivertown Prep, looking to have a huge year for the Panthers after they lost a couple of guys there, especially with losing Isaiah Santana. And then you have Duncan Moore headed off to college. It's going to be some gaps to fill there, so Marcel Kennedy can definitely get that done. Trey Isley for Dream Academy, looking to have a major year. They're still stuck with just all generics, so look for the defending champs to try to bring back their guys. Trey Isley, #12 on the board. Huge leap, wasn't even ranked here. Or I'd say, let's see if he was ranked. Nope, wasn't even ranked in that first batch there. So Trey moving up to 12. Brandon Reese at 13. Jaden Perkins at 14. Donovan Wood at 15, Pat Freeman, Brody Chandler, Stephen Rose, Miles Cook, Drew Perry, Russell Ferguson, Jared Tucker, Tom Wayne, Jonathan Weaver, and Rylan Hendricks, closing out that 25 for our juniors. That boy, yeah, they're gonna really need Marcel this season, man. What you out of there, Santana? They're gonna really need him. They said he done got up out of here. I know Marcel was hyped when he heard you was leaving. He said, yeah, get my spot back. The young fella headed over to, headed to Florida. But those are our 25 juniors, guys. Let's move along. Sophomores on the docket. And Robert Chambers, you guessed it. Robert Chambers is the #1 sophomore in the nation, headed into his junior season. It's going to be a big year. Defending champion point guard, starting point guard on the defending champ squad. Triple Crown winners, GAC champs, also state champions in the tri-state area. Robert Chambers putting on Deshaun Parker. This is a heavy point guard class right here. If you didn't realize, Robert Chambers, point guard, Deshaun Parker, point guard, BJ Maverick, point guard. So all these guys, like I said, Swamp Creek got a couple of top-notch 5-star guys that's going to be looking to come back next season. BJ as a junior and Shakur as a senior, and of course Dion Bell as well. As you see, Dion Bell, I was supposed to put Swamp on that graphic. I got to get that changed. Should say Swamp Creek. Sorry about that. But yeah, going to be some tough guys returning for Swamp Creek, along with their freshman guys they got coming in. They got a whole squad of freshmen, so it's going to be interesting to see how that works. You got Nate Jackson coming in at 6, DJ Campbell at 5, Cameron Green with another big leap. And Swamp Creek, I'm telling you, these dudes they were definitely up to something. Before those freshmen came in, they were cooking up something. As you see, another recruit here, Cameron Green, the number 4 sophomore in the nation, with Nate Jackson, Brian Gunther, Dion Bell, Bob Andrews falling from the number 1 spot, held on to that spot almost all season, him and Keon Rose. Now they go 9-10. Caden Brooks, Nathan Marbury, Terrence Colton, Sammy Stackhouse, Paris Higgins, Dante Wright, Jeff Castro, Travion Cousins, Oscar White, DJ Stewart Jr., Otis Blunt, Jackson Montgomery, Dallas Shaw, Cameron Garrison, and Raymar Morris, all filling out that 25. All filling out that 25 to close out the final list for our high school season 1 sophomore players. And again, Robert Chambers creeping in at that top spot. You know, for a while it was Bob Andrews and Keon Rose, but this kid took over and finally got to that spot. Definitely deserved it. And then of course, guys, lastly, again, make sure you guys tune back in tomorrow, because that's going to be the big stream where we're going to have a major national signing day. I'm going to have all the graphics ready to go. And we'll also have a look even at some of these guys in high school jerseys, college jerseys. I'm going to also give some practice pictures out for you guys, for the high school guys, so y'all can have some pictures to post or some edits, you know, some content. So we're going to get into some things tomorrow. I'm going to take all night to really get in my bag and just lock in on content. But without further ado, let's get into this final list before we get out of here. The top 25 freshmen. And let me tell y'all, this list was so hard to do. This was a tough list. All the other lists, they were kind of tough too, but once I got past a few guys, I kind of really knew what I wanted to do. But this freshman list, oh my gosh. Committee, when I start to put it together, I got all the guys so far that's in the DMs. Again, something I put on the Discord. If you guys are looking to join the committee, I need committee members, because we have awards that I want to give out for college players, even for high school players. And we know most of the time the difference in awards are the people who vote on them. It's simple as that. So I need as many committee members, and I need to separate you guys into certain groups. And for that committee, they'll vote on that award. This committee will vote on that award. We got probably my boy over there doing the PBA Insider. He'll have the PBA Insider where they'll vote on a specific award. So I want to be able to divvy it up to where I have a few different, you know, committees to be able to have different perspectives on votes. And if it ended up being the same player, then it's just the same player. It's just, that's how it works in real life. You just flat out the best. But it's better to have more committees and different. That's why they do it like that in real life, so you can have a different perspective on certain people and certain players versus everybody, just one person saying, oh, that's the best player, you know. So we can have some fun with that, but definitely need guys active and willing to do the homework to really watch players and study the film and study the stats and stuff like that, or even just have the common knowledge to even know a little bit about the players to even vote. So definitely, if you want to get in on that, let me know. You know, all you new guys coming in, you can still join. If you want to go kind of check out some of the things that went down, because I do still need awards for high school season 1. I will still be putting those out. I won't dive as deep into the award section for this first season, but I will get more into it for the next season. This season I'll be a little bit light with it just because it's all generics, so I won't go full throttle, like, you know what I mean? Like, for when you guys are coming up as seniors and stuff, that's when I'm gonna probably do more of the senior things. Team USA, McDonald's All-American. So right now I'll probably list a McDonald's All-American team, but we won't get into it. We won't play the game and do all that good stuff just for time. You know, I want to get to what we got to get to, but when it's time for y'all to go seniors and do all that, we getting really detailed. We doing All-American games, we doing the Jordan Classic, we doing the Iverson Classic, we doing this, we doing that, we doing it all. Everything you see, the Slam All-Star team, the McDonald's, everything. I want to go all out for y'all senior season, so you're gonna get all of that. But just for the generics for these first couple of seasons, I'm gonna keep it a little bit simple, and I'm gonna just give out a few major awards. Just a few major awards. So now that we got that locked in, man, this list here, let's get into it. The #1 player in the nation for the freshman class, I gotta stick with the guy who was #1 last time, and I want to put this list into perspective, so I'm gonna bring up the old list right here next to me to read off of while I go with the new numbers. #1 player for the freshman is going to remain the big fella out of Bear Valley Academy, Ross West. I just feel like he does so much on both sides of the ball. He can score it, he can shoot mid-range, he can finish, he can dunk, lay, block shots. One game I believe he had 20 points, 15 boards and 12 blocks. When I seen that game, I was like, okay, yeah, this dude is just different. Very consistent player. But after that, things got really tricky, and here we go. Boom. Take a look at the list, top 25. It's a tight list. It took me a long time to get this thing done, but I think I'm satisfied and I feel good about this list. #1, we got Ross West. He was #1 last time. #2, Yee Snow, special talent, special player, jumping up from 10 to #2. I just feel like this kid has it. He has it all offensively. He can score it from everywhere on the floor. He can dunk on you, shoot from 3 mid-range. Ryan Duffy, huge jump for Ryan Duffy as well. I just feel like this kid is unstoppable. If you guys checked him out, especially I will say from week 5 on up into even the playoffs, double machine. I'm talking 20 and 12, 20 and 15, 6-7 blocks. Led his team all the way to the national championship game, almost 6 points shy of a triple crown. So this kid, Ryan Duffy, do your homework on this guy. Really tough player, and he's moving up to that 3 spot. Keyshawn Green, slept on. A lot of people don't remember his name, but he did hit that game winner at the buzzer, if you remember watching it live, to win the California State Championship game. This kid is a menace, 20 points. I think he might be one of the guys that had the most 20-point games, because you know how hard it was to get 20 points. So yeah, Keyshawn Green is a green light. I'm talking lefty killer assassin for Bear Valley. Samad Sims for Rivertown Prep, the best freshman point guard in the nation. Sniper, lights out off that screen. Deshaun Perkins, D Perk, another lights out scorer, shooter for Rover Academy, coming in at 6. And #7, King Anthony, jumping up from his spot. He was at number 11. So Pico making some progression, even though as a team they kind of fell down a bit at the end. Individually, a lot of the players were still getting it done, and King Anthony had a hot streak. He was getting doubles, rebounds, assists, points. You know, he's a triple threat, triple double type of guy. So he moving up from 11 to 7. Johnny Holiday, big jump for Johnny Holiday, moving from 23 to 8. Really showed his what, especially in those later tournaments in the season, to get Rover to the semifinals of the national tournament. This kid was shooting the ball. He was not shy of any shots, any momentum, any moments. Johnny Holiday is tough. I can't wait to see what the kid does, what he progresses into. But he does crack in at that 8 spot from 23, a huge jump. Again, Samad Sims jumps from 6 to 5. Keyshawn Green jumps from 8 to 4. And then you got King Anthony from 11 to 7. Yee from 10 to 2. Ross stays at 1. Kel L. Parker, big 7-foot big from Pico School. Again, Pico just a tough lineup to deal with. He's dropping from 7 to 9. Samari Evans, very slept on 5-star guard there for Lakefield Prep. Just a scoring assassin over there on that wing. 20-point games like no other. Lefty, he can get it done he can shoot that ball from deep for sure, but he's very, very crafty, very tricky with it. So this kid is tough, and he's making the jump as well in this top 25 this week. JD Carson coming in at 11, RB Jones at 12. Those two were tough. I went back and forth with that a while. Aubrey at 11, JD at 12, but ultimately JD got he got the nod just because he's a big fella. He's playing on both sides of the ball. He's getting, double doubles, couple blocks here, steals. So just had a little more to do with the team and what they accomplish on the court. You got KJ Anderson coming in at 13. He also is another player that can flirt within that 11-12 range. So he's an 11 to 13 range type of guy. Another guy that can explode for points in bunches. He's picked it up really, really big time over those last few weeks. He was 23 points, 25, 16, 18. He was really sniping. Once he got his tendos together, he was letting it go. The team struggled, but this kid, I definitely took a note, and he was definitely balling, coming in at 13. A huge jump for KJ Anderson. I believe last time out, he was definitely not that high or nowhere near. He didn't even crack the 25 at that point. So 13 is a huge jump. Aries Hall coming in right behind him at 14. Another tough point guard, one of the best ones in the nation. He can shoot the ball from deep. Kind of reminds me of Samaj a little bit, but just a little less, I would say, active offensively. A little less, he's gonna look to pass a little more than Samaj Sims. Then you got Tradion Dombroskis, the big fella out of Pack Hills. He came through like the woo. Started off slow this season because he didn't even join until about week 3, I believe, or something like that, of the regular season. So this kid picked it up, double after double, proved to be one of the best young centers in the nation, and he did reinstate. So he will be back in the West Coast for Pack Hills, looking to make some type of run. He got a new freshman point guard in Aaron Butcher. So let's see what those guys can do as Tradion cracks that top 15. Jovan Sims and Shador Sims coming in at 16 and 18. Not to skip H, just keeping the cousins there. So we can talk about them both. But on that Texas prep team with Ryan Duffy that went to the national championship, ultimately losing to Dream, but they put up a hell of a fight, lost by 6 points only. It was 106 to 100. So just a crazy scoring game, a crazy game, classic in a national championship game. And those two guys have a lot to do with it. The Sims cousins, both coming in Texas Prep for 16 and 18. Ace Howard, up and down year, but at the end of the day, you know what? I see something special in this kid. He's moving to the shooting guard position. I think that's going to be great for him to get off ball, get a little more active. I know he want to put the ball in the hoop and score the basketball, but he had a lot of really solid games. I like his game because it's very consistent, and he does what he does. He's going to get the assists, he's going to get a few steals, and he's going to go 8 to 12 points a night. He's had games with 15, 16 points and all of that, but this kid is pretty solid. If he can string it all together next season at that 2-guard spot, he could be special. Fletcher Troy, one of the best point guards in the nation, young point guards, really knows how to run a unit. I can see him being a complete floor general in the future. Definitely got to clean up some loose ends, got to start knocking down more of those open shots. Feel like he started missing those later on in the season. Just got to get a little more active, part of that little floaty gang crew, him and Ace and Jovan, guys that know how to get into the paint as a point guard, but just got to mix it up a bit more, find his shot a bit more, just to like kind of trick the defense a little more. He's a little more right now, he's very predictable offensively, and they had a lot of pieces, so rightfully so. But I think next season Fletcher makes the jump of now he can just break the offense down. Remember that game he had like 23 points? What was it, Fletcher? You remember that? It's like 23, 25 points. It was something like that. But Quan O'Neal coming in at 20. This kid started tearing up the scene later in the season, helping lead the team to that Florida State championship, ultimately taking down a lot of great teams in the process. They had an amazing conference run, only lost 2 games in the conference play. Quan O'Neal is looking to have a major season next season. He's going to be joined by his brother Laquan. So we got Quan and Laquan. So I'm thinking now, is Quan just his full name, or is he Daquan or something like that? I don't know. But we got Quan and Laquan now at Lakefield. And then we also got Tristan White. They got some pieces, man. At Lakefield, they starting to build. Evans is coming back. Samari Evans, the top 10 player right there, cracking 10. O'Neal cracking 20. So Look out for Lakeville Prep. And then, of course, Tobio, quick draw Romero. Huge drop for Tobio, but we all know why. I don't know what happened, man. Tobio's game just took a huge dive in a great part of the season where his team needed him, and just looking at those box scores and just kind of doing my research, it was just it was a huge fall off. Same thing with Keandre Williams and BJ Jordan. That's why I kind of got them bunched in right there, from 21 to 23, because those guys, it just all got weird for a second there. Like, if you watch the season, you understand what I'm saying. Like, production wise, it was Fletcher really taking on the bulk of that. And then Tobio's last game, however, is what gave me hope, because he had about 23 points, 15 boards, something crazy, right? I know he remembered that game, but his last game gave me hope, that last regular season game. And he just got to work. He just got to get better. Work on being consistent. He started pulling on the shots. He was in his Kevin Love bag, but he got to get into his Dirk bag now. Had a nice Tendo change. So, it's just about being more aggressive, being a little more assertive on the offensive end. He wasn't really getting to it, and I think he knows that as well. He started off pretty hot, but then as things started to move around, teams started to gel a little bit differently, started to attack him a bit differently. Tobio kind of fell off for like a few weeks in a row. It was pretty sad. It was pretty sad. But then that last game gave me hope, so he does still crack that top 25 at 21. Again, Key Will and BJ, sort of the same story there. And then, of course, little Jack, little Scrappy. This kid was fighting all season to keep St. Fabian Prep alive. Helped lead him to that state championship game where they ultimately failed at Dream Academy. But this kid, Jack, can play. He can go up top. He's a little Nate Robinson. That's his style. He can dunk on you. We've seen him climb the ladder. We've seen him with the floaters. He does not shy away from contact or the paint. He gets in the lane. He finishes big boy layups. But the thing is, he's got to work on that jumper. Once he can lock in on his jumper the way he needs to, I think he can be special. I think he can be a really special player. He can string it all together, not have to rely on forcing the inside game, because sometimes he just forced it and he was 5'8", so they was just blocking all types of shots. With all these 7-footers around the basket, they were having a field day. But at the end of the day, Jack has grown from 5'8" to 5'10", folks. So look out, he's a coming. And then lastly, rounding out that 25 is, of course, Crashed and Bandicle Priest. This kid from Central Tech, he is on my radar, my watch list for someone with one of the highest potentials, I should say, in the league. Just crazy frame. I think he's around 6'10", 6'11". His build is sick. He's a lefty, so he can throw you off. He's going for that Pistons Blake. He's trying to do it all. He's starting to upgrade his player a little bit there too. So I'm looking forward to seeing this kid. He's transferring over to North Carolina, so he's going to have a fresh start there. He had some early on battles with, of course, Bob Andrews. I told you he was a top sophomore. He also transferred as well, needed some fresh energy, headed over to Mountain View. But it's going to be a big year for KP. And see what he can do, holding on to that number 25 spot. Now, some of these guys are out of the league, so there's going to be room for sophomores to move up into this list. Guys like BJ Jordan won't be joining us next season. Who else won't be? The Sims cousins, Shador Sims, Jovan Sims, haven't reinstated. Remember, you still have till tomorrow. They were having a bit of problems there. I know they're good guys, and we know them to be part of the family back in the PFL, so I'm not sure if some of the homies want to just look out for the Sims gang and Ryan Duffy. They all come as a package, and Keyshawn Green. Look, I'm just and but those, those are those boys, man. Those are our Georgia homies way back from the PFL, man. So that's that whole crew: Keyshawn Green, Ryan Duffy, and the Sims gang. So if anybody want to look out for them and hit them up on the DMs, maybe we can get some of the best players back. But if not, those guys will not be able to continue on, unfortunately, until next season or another season. Who else is not going to be here? Let's see. Kel Parker won't be joining us anymore as well. So quite a few names on this list won't be here. So there will be room for other sophomores that kind of fell under there to kind of get up into this list and see where they can, progressing to. But definitely about a handful of guys here that won't be returning to the series. So got some room for new guys. And of course, we got that new freshman list that's going to come with all the newer guys. That should be pretty fun to see. Yeah, and Key too. There you go. Keandre as well. So 2 Rock Point guys, a few Texas prep guys, and then a Pico. So like I said, about a handful. He said Jack gonna grow to 6'5". Nah, he ain't there yet. He ain't there yet. Yeah, 23.7 assists. Yeah, that was that one, Fletch. That was that one. Shout out to my boy Prof, always coming through with the message, man. He always got that good message for you. But yeah, I'm just reading through some of y'all. I'm reading through some of y'all comments. I see we got a 4-star energy redeemed from Tobio. How y'all feeling about the list overall? Number 13, not bad. Okay. My boy KJ feeling it. What else we got? Empire State's got more work to do. I was ranked 50. Yeah, man. It's pretty good. How y'all feeling about the list? Let me know. This is the official list. Like I said, I really sat down with this and I had to really like go one by one. It was crazy. But we here, and this is what we came up with. I'll be getting these posted on the Instagram page tonight. I gotta make that one correction on the school. But other than that, how y'all feel, man? How y'all feel about these? How y'all feel about these freshman rankings? Just from what you guys seen, thinking back to the season, thinking back to certain games we've called and watched. I'd say we got this about right. I mean, I don't see anybody else that I think could be here that deserves to be over any of these guys. And with that, I think this order is just fine. It's just fine. Yeah, I mean, Ross West is flat out dominant on both ends of the floor. E. Snow is a killer. Ryan Duffy is pretty much Ross West. Just a little more, less finesse in his game. Yeah, this is quite a list here. Quite a list. There it is. It was 26 and 14 and 5 assists. That game right there that's what I want to see more of from Tobio. That gets him back, because using the number 2, that gets you back into the number 2 spot there for sure. But that's all I got for you guys here tonight, man. But I do have, before I do leave, I have one commitment I want to release tonight. Just one. And then coaches, get in that lab. You got one final night to make your final pitches to specific players. I won't be looking at anything past tonight for commitments. I will be letting one out the bag right now, as you guys will be seeing. The big fella, the center from Rivertown, Duncan Moore, 5-star recruit, one of Isaiah Santana's boys. Duncan Moore will be taking his talents and he'll be staying home. He's a hometown boy and he's signing with the Texas Longhorns over there with Coach Samad Sims Sr. He will be staying home and playing for Texas. So big ups to Duncan Moore making that big call, making that move, sitting down with his family, deciding they wanted to stay home and play for the Longhorns. So we will see Duncan Moore out of Rivertown Prep headed to Texas University next season. So I'll definitely have that graphic up for you guys tomorrow along with all the other commitments. But I wanted to end the live with just letting you guys know that Duncan Moore will be headed to Texas to play for his hometown team, his beloved. And again, another look at the sophomore class, the junior class, and the senior class. So the number 8 player in the nation from Rivertown Prep, Duncan Moore, will be headed to Texas University to play for the Longhorns, his hometown squad. So we'll get a chance to see Duncan and his Texas threads tomorrow in his commitment graphic. But until then, guys, enjoy the rest of your night. Y'all stay out of trouble. Y'all stay safe. Hit me on Discord with any questions. Coaches, this is your last chance to get your recruiting in. Tomorrow we'll also have the trainer open along with Cash for Prime as well as Sunday, so you know what time it is. And it'll be closing up Monday morning. But other than that, guys, you guys have a great night. Stay blessed. It's your boy Cov, Commissioner of the PBA, and I'm out. Peace.